No. Just kidding.
Chase the Points podcast. We're back. Shut up, guys. We are here to talk sports as normal. Sam's here, Brendan's here, Harrison's here. I'm here. Welcome back. Thank you for listening. If this is your first time, welcome. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I will ask the gentlemen how they're doing. That's how we normally start this off. But quick rundown. We got some baseball to talk about. A very exciting game yesterday and several others. We have March Madness upon us. And we also have to recap some free agency moves in football. So, gentlemen, how are you doing?
Great. So good.
We missed you.
Yeah.
Hayes, how are you?
First off, I didn't miss Harrison. Number two, I know. I just wanted to make sure you heard it here. Okay, well, just double down.
Yeah, I turned it
double
off
down.
after that.
You didn't. You kept listening. Happy Stone Cold Day. Happy Austin 316.
Hell yeah.
And that's the bottom line for y'all. But I'm doing well, Sam. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Can't complain, man.
Good.
Happy to be here.
Okay. All right. Let's get into some baseball. World Baseball Classic. The game that we dreamed of and came to fruition. We had the Dominican Republic, USA, in Miami, where even though it is in U.S. territory, it was pretty much not at the same time. We got to see some of the best players, if not the best players in baseball on both sides, obviously minus one particular player, which I'm sure we're all happy that their team lost. That would be Japan with Shohei Ohtani. But we went through all the names. If you don't know the names on there, I'm sure as this conversation unfolds, we'll be talking about a couple different things. But the game ended 2-1, USA winning. A lot of people are talking about the very generous strike three, but we'll get into that and unpack that from there. I'll just start off by saying, what a game to watch. That was, I know when we get to like the biggest games like Super Bowls and NBA Finals and World Series, like we want to see points and points and points and points, right? But I also love games like this that just keep you at the edge of your seat where anything can happen at any point in time and is so close that it shows the true talent of each team. And I will say one of the biggest factors in the game that I don't think is being talked about much, even though we talked about it very little, but I know we'll expand on it now. Aaron Judge's throw to gun out, I believe that changed the whole dynamic of the game because and what Dominican Republic had been doing leading up to this, they were extremely aggressive on the base path. And until Judge did that and threw them out, you can see the decision-making in their mind as they were getting to second, trying to round third. And not many went to try to go for third after that if the ball was hit over in that direction. I think it made them second guess, and I think it changed the dynamic of the game in that aspect as well. So there's more to obviously unpack. I don't want to be greedy. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts? What are your takeaways from the game?
I think it's probably the best collection of talent on the field at the same time. I mean, it was basically an all-star game, probably better than an all-star game because you don't have players from like the Rockies on the team. But it was just, sorry, Harry. Yeah. But it's just an incredible talent. And yeah, Hayes mentioned the defensive play by Judge. U.S. won that game due to their pitching and defense. Bobby Witt made a really good play up the middle didn't field it cleanly, but knocked the ball down to prevent, I think it was Tatis on that one too. Was that what led up to the throw for Judge, or the Judge's throw?
Yeah, because he won first and third.
So. Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Right, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was an incredible game. Like you said, yeah, the strike three, that's going to be analyzed and point two, but I don't think that really takes away from what that
Everything
game was.
Else, yep.
And yeah, just impressive talent all around.
Yeah, Aaron Judge's elbow is healthy, so that's good.
Yeah.
I think that was his hardest throw in 3 years. So all the concerns, hopefully he's feeling good today, but hell of a throw. Was the Tatis, was that before Austin Wells stopped at third? I would have stopped at third.
Austin Wells was.
Yeah, you're saying the Tatis before
was the throw.
Austin Wells stopped there. Yes.
I know a lot. I've seen things on the interwebs about people complaining or saying that they should have pinch ran for Wells or he gave him the green light. Like, no, like I think that was the right call there. And I think you don't want to end this game on a called third strike like that. Even, we're all proud Americans, but that sucks. So, was it a full count? I don't even remember. I was like,
yeah, it was.
Yeah. So yeah, that's rough. That's hard. I'm usually like pro umpire because I could not consistently do that job. But not in this stage. I mean, Perdomo had a great at bat. He did everything right there. It's just a bummer that happened, but it happened. It's over. But yeah, hell of a game, man. Hell of a game.
Yeah, they'll definitely have the replay system next time around because it was just a really bad call. Well, they teach you to protect the plate on 2 strikes, right? So. We'll take it, but it was a bad call. I couldn't agree more, Hayes. I think the judge throw changed the game or just kind of put the Dominican Republic on notice because like throughout the rest of the game, they certainly were way more just cautious on the base pass when they had, chances to, maybe add on some runs. And obviously with a 2-1 finish, every run is the difference. So it was just a huge, massive play. I thought we were going to see like fireworks right off the bat. I thought it would be like a 12-11 type of game, something crazy. But it quickly morphed into a pitching defensive duel, which was awesome, like really great to watch. Like obviously when you have all stars up and down every single lineup, and then the pitching that we saw as well, like Skeens pitched like awesome, like he was awesome, like he wasn't. It wasn't the strikeout stuff that you normally see from him, but how could it be against complete, all-star talent on the other side? But to see him like be able to just like manage the game and just like, even though he wasn't striking people out, he was still, pitching the contact and just like doing the stuff he needed to do to get outs. That was really fun. Seeing Severino, I haven't watched Severino in a long time. Obviously, as a Yankee fan, I liked him when he was on the team, but I haven't, he's been injured and not on the Yankees for a while now. But to see him, what they say, he normally throws 95, and he was like at 100 last night. Like
he was
absolutely amped up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they see him pitch, and I think what he get out of a bases loaded jam in the third. I don't know. I really enjoyed watching the Dominican Republic team this whole time. I'm sure most people, they play with a lot of joy and a lot of energy and just like the way you want to see baseball being played. So, a little sad for them that it ended that way, but it was just an exciting game all around. So I was just locked in, in a way I have never been locked into baseball in March.
Platano power. Very, very upset. I feel that we as fans have been robbed of that being like a finals. I would love that to have been the case. Obviously, that's not necessarily the case. I mean, I think we got to kind of worry about Italy essentially out here just raking.
They haven't lost yet, right?
No, they literally have put up every single time. Shout out to Jorge Posada and Francisco Cervelli. But I do want to talk about, I mentioned this pre-recording, Juan Soto had a very interesting quote. He said, "We showed the world who's the best team in baseball. That's all I got to say." Just in case you were worried about his stats, Juan Soto went 0-4. They had the bases loaded at one point in time. In the 5th inning, they had a man on first and second with 1 out. The 7th inning, they had a man on second and third with 1 out. And in the 9th inning, they had a man on second, 1 out. Take that as you may.
The comment just makes no sense.
It's dumb.
It is.
I can understand, like when when what's his name from the Avalanche said it about Canada and USA.
McKinnon.
Yeah, it made like a little sense. Like everyone that watched, like we were clearly outplayed, and that's hockey. But with baseball, like I just it wasn't like that yesterday.
No.
It's also too though, like, so I'm glad you referenced the Olympic, final, the gold medal game there, because hockey. This is why hockey, baseball. This is why, like, in the playoffs of the NHL, Major League Baseball, NBA, like, you play series, right? Like, a single elimination game, anything can happen. You can win on a fluky strike 3 call, or get outplayed for a couple periods and then get an overtime winner. You know what I mean? So it's just a dumb comment, and it's sour grapes. If they were really the better team, they wouldn't have been down 2-1 for most of the game. Both teams played exceptionally well. The bullpens were just lights out. Come on, Juan. I know he's upset, but it's just, that comment just makes no sense.
I do want to touch back on Paul Skeens. And Harrison, you brought up a good point, that the way that he navigated that lineup and managed that game, and again, to know who was on the other side: Juan Soto, Tatis Jr., Junior Camaro, what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Vlad Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado, so on and so forth. Like, just to think of those names, and I can obviously continue to keep going, J-Rod, and so on and so forth, right? And be able to get through that lineup and still be dominant and not give up really too much says a lot about his talent. And we've talked about it. I know we champion him on here, and we all know he's a generational talent that we hope somehow, some way makes it to the Yankees. But again, to talk about the bullpen, which a particular somebody that is on the Yankees, that is the Yankees closer, that was absolutely dealing and has been dealing throughout the series so far, or through the World Baseball Classic, I should say. I just love what's going on. Miller out here just throwing gas. My man threw like 300 and 100 mile per hour fastballs, and just threw one right down the middle, do something about it.
Hit it. Yeah.
Like, that's just cojones. If you've ever seen that, just do what you got to do. Try to. And then it was really, really just good. But also on the other end, Dominican Republic's pitching was also extremely phenomenal. Like Sevy, like you said, Sevy turned the clock back on that one. That's the Sevy that we used to know as Yankee fans, when he would get pumped up. Yeah, absolutely. And when we saw what it could have been, and it was nice to kind of see that again. But they're also their bullpen as well. Really good. It was just a really good all around.
I thought that's how we were if we were going to put points up, it was going to be chasing Sevy and hitting the bullpen. And Soto, Gregory Soto gave up that home run, and then they were lights out the rest of the night. Duvall, just all of them, just Uribe just throwing gas.
It was what? It was 3 pitching mistakes, like one from Skeens, one from Severino, and one from Soto. Like, all the runs were solo home runs. There was no manufactured runs. Like, anytime there was a jam, the pitcher got out of it, and it was just just simply 3 mistakes, and 2 of them happened to be by DR.
Yeah,
crazy.
U.S. bullpen 4 2/3, no runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks. DR bullpen 5 2/3, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 walk, 9 Ks. So both bullpens lights out.
That's wild.
And just one mistake is what really was the difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely wild. I loved it. We still have it's Italy and Venezuela, right? Is the game, and then we have the championship set up for there. Real quick on that one. Venezuela, didn't they dog walk Japan? From what I've heard, maybe, right?
They were up a good amount, but then Japan came back.
Started coming back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Venezuela. Shout out to Italy. I did not think Italy was going to be this far down the road at this point in time with some of the other powerhouse teams and some of the names that we know. So kudos to them. That really, really playing some really, really solid team ball. It's got to be the espresso machine.
Yeah,
it's 100% got to be the espresso machine. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that. They play tonight?
And the finals tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Finals tomorrow.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Well,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. And this Venezuela team is stacked too. Tonight should be a fun game, especially when you're, I could take the approach of Italy, like where you're playing with house money and like, just why not? Why can't we win kind of thing. So it just, the vibes have been great. I get the whole playing for your country and a lot of these players saying I don't have a World Series ring. Like, this is just as important. Like, I don't know if we're there, but this is a hell of a like this is everything Major League Baseball wanted. And it's just showing that it's viable. And to quote Brad Pitt, quoting Billy Beane, like, how can you not be romantic about baseball, right? Like, it was awesome. You expect, to your point, bro, you expect this, like, moonshots all night long. And DR, like, mercy ruled literally every team they played. And they scored 1 run. So just hell of a night. It was awesome.
To your point, this is a spotlight, the spotlight that MLB has been asking for so long and trying to figure out whatever. And again, we've talked about it on here many times that baseball is really in a good spot. There's a lot of talent on many different teams, like probably some of the best talent I've ever seen in baseball spread out through teams, right? Outside of the Dodgers, who have assembled the goddamn Avengers. But outside of them, I mean, it's just nice to see what it is. And it's nice to now see and let the world essentially watch what baseball has and what they have to offer. And I hope it's reached different demographics in different parts of the world at this point in time to see what a beautiful game this is. And again, I know baseball's knock has always been how long the games are, right? Even though the games, it doesn't even feel like the game was long, to be honest. Watching that game last night, I was watching the Oscars a little bit too because I wanted to see what the Sinners was going to do, but that's a whole nother topic.
I feel like the pitch clock really solved that a lot. I mean, I'm a casual baseball fan, and it's just the game moves now. It's just it's got a flow to it. I don't know, man. I was locked in, and it excites me to watch more baseball this spring. Which I normally don't do, but I'm excited to just seeing some of these players and seeing if it carries over. And I don't know. Yeah, I go through waves with baseball, but I'm definitely on a higher end now.
These rules, all these adjustments definitely have changed how baseball is like taken in, right? So all the people bitching about baseball, you just don't like baseball, and that's fine. It's not for everybody, right? Like, there's a lot of sports that we all will say the same thing about, but it's this is baseball is still having a moment. The talent on this team, on the field, these teams. I mean, I hope to the casual baseball fan, I hope you know who Junior Caminero is now. I hope you know who Vinny Pasquantino is now, because it's just there's a lot of talent in this league, and it's really impressive, and it's be a lot of fun. Hopefully, the Dodgers don't ruin it for everybody. But
damn, I hate that the Red Sox have Roman Anthony. So Yankees game loading for the Chasing Points podcast.
Think so.
Saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
so. Cool. All right. And you know what's also loading? Your brackets, because it's March Madness time.
Oh, wow.
And I think you like that. That was good for you.
It was like an okay transition.
I liked it.
You can kiss my ass.
I saw you setting it up. So usually your better ones come with your setup, but this one was good. It was good. But I will dock points for setting it up.
Okay. You can kiss my ass, but thank you for your honesty. March Madness is here. Bracket time. So if you are not familiar, we as the Chasing Points podcast do a bracket every year, maybe every year. But we definitely did it last year, and we will be doing it again this year. So those that were in there last year, if you want to repeat, we'll be sending out invites, but we also will be putting a link on our Instagram page as well, so you guys can see this. I'll even try to put a link in our actual description of the podcast for this as well, so you can just click there as well too. Harrison, this is mostly going to be you because I know you watch college basketball more than all of us. I've watched just a little bit, and I will tell you, I learned something this weekend.
Okay.
I looked at the screen very quick, and I saw that it said Ohio was number one, and I was damn, Ohio State again, number one. And then I looked back at the screen and saw it was Miami.
They are.
Ohio, Miami, Ohio, right?
They barely made the tournament.
And they were undefeated all year, and then they just lost in their
conference
conference championship.
Yeah. There's a big uproar about Miami, Ohio.
Okay. Very, very interesting. So just to give you guys a rundown on the 1 seeds, we have for the East, Duke. We have for the West, Arizona. We have for the Midwest, Michigan. And we have for the South, Florida. Harrison, I'll ask you right off for it. Don't be a homer. Who out of these 1 seeds are going to make it to the national championship, if any of them?
I like Arizona and Michigan the most. I think Duke is in a hell of a bracket. I mean, they got St. John's and Rick Pitino, Michigan State and Izzo. They got Kansas and
Ohio State.
Peterson, Ohio State. Their brackets and UConn, and Danny Hurley. So I wouldn't. I mean, surely Duke can get there, but I wouldn't bank on it out of this bracket. There's a lot of roadblocks there. So I like Arizona. Arizona's been really, the best team all year. Michigan too. Michigan also very talented. And then Florida, I haven't watched them that much, to be honest. But yeah, I would go Arizona or Michigan out of those 1 seeds.
Okay.
But don't listen to me. I don't get this right at all anytime. It's impossible.
As the member of the podcast that ranked the highest in the bracket challenge last year, I just want to say, I have no idea what the hell's going on, and I just saw the bracket for the first time. I'm looking at it right now. So good luck, Harrison.
You're better off that way. You truly are. I mean, it is a crapshoot every year. We talked about sample size earlier in the pod. There's a reason you play series, but college basketball, it's not even 48 minutes like the NBA. It's 40 minutes, and weird stuff happens to these 18 to 22-year-olds. A lot of pressure, and you never know. So it's tough to predict.
I know a little bit about this, even though I haven't watched as much as I normally have. And I might be putting my eggs in one basket with St. John. I might. I really might.
For them to win the Big East tournament over UConn, they stomped UConn. But then, 2 weeks ago, they didn't score a field goal in the second half at UConn and got absolutely demolished. So for them to come back and then dog walk UConn was really impressive. Their defense has been great all year, and if they can score, they're one of the best teams in the league, in the nation.
It's Rick Pitino's trademark is defense for sure. Yeah. Very, very curious to see how that happens or how that plays out. I know Purdue is a number 2 seed, and seemingly they have another giant at center again, like they had the past couple of years.
They're pretty big at center, but they do have this point guard, white guy. He looks kind of just dirty all the time. He's filthy though.
See what you did there.
I don't know. He's one of the best players in the country, man, and he's just It's not like you'd think of Purdue, you think of like 7'4", you think of like Zach Edey over the last couple of years, but it's more so the guard play. So they play Queens College the first round, so they'd be all right there, I think. But then they got Miami or Mizzou up next.
Is Queens College in North Carolina? Is that Queens College?
It is, yeah.
Oh, my God. They won. Okay, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably their first trip. I've never seen them in the tournament.
It is. Shout out to them. My one of my best friend's son played volleyball for them. That's the only reason I knew that college. Outside of that, I would have never known that.
No, it's a random one.
The tournament starts on Tuesday, Today, when you guys hear this, the first game is 2 16 seeds. It is UMBC and Howard.
UMBC that game has a Newberg kid on there, so
that's the young man. Okay,
Malachi.
That's who I saw towards. Okay, got you. So you know who I'm rooting for. I mean, normally I'd root for Howard, but I'm rooting for them. 6:40 p.m. on True TV, not Tubi. The 11 seed. The 11 seed Texas versus the 11 seed NC State, 9:15, also on True TV. Then we got games pretty much after that. You get all the slates, but all the main big games and multiple of games starts on Thursday, March 19th, which is the first round of 64. So check that out there, and it continues on Friday as well. So a lot of college basketball to come up. So download the app. Watch it at work. Just don't get fired. And if you do, don't blame it on me. I apologize in advance. I will ask you all, especially the two that don't normally watch this, will you be watching the madness?
I watch. I'm a fan of UConn. I watch if it's all, I try to watch every day, but I know when the big like matchups are, but I can't break it down like Harrison can.
The first weekend's like a national holiday.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Thursday and Friday.
It's fun.
I am seated. I will sit there the entire day, multiple screens, 3 screens, maybe 4 this year.
Same. Yeah. I'll be watching every game. Can I at least get an invite to the bracket, though?
Yeah, he wasn't in it last year.
Yeah. Yes, he was not in it last year. Of course, you get an invite.
I have a potential upset list for you.
Ooh.
If you want to, take my advice, which you really shouldn't, but I'll put it here. So in ranking fashion, I just did 5 to 1. We'll start at number 5. This is the longest of long shots, but 16 Siena over number 1 Duke. It's only happened 2 times previously where a 16 seed has beaten a 1. But Duke sometimes is always shaky in those first couple rounds. And, Siena plays a lot of very good defense. I saw them up close last week, in our MAC tournament where I was last week. But, yeah, maybe. But I wouldn't bet on it. So it's my number 5. Number 4, I do like number 14 Penn versus number 3 Illinois. So Penn is coached by Fran McCaffrey, who's like one of the longest tenured coaches in the nation. He's led 5 teams to the tournament, and he somehow ended up at Penn, which is like a historic Ivy school. So I don't know. I'm feeling that one a little bit. It might pick it, it might not. Number 3, 11 VCU versus Hayes, number 6 UNC. VCU's always feisty, and UNC's missing their best player. He's broke his hand, so that's one to watch for. Number 2, 13 Hofstra versus number 4 Alabama. Hofstra made a lot of noise in the CAA, and then Alabama just lost their best player due to a drug trafficking charge.
God.
Oh. Okay.
Had over a pound of weed and other paraphernalia, so I don't know if he's going to play.
I'd say it's safe to say he's not.
So
safe to say.
I don't know. I like Hofstra's been hot. They got a really fun guard. Speedy Claxton is the coach.
Oh, that's fun.
Claxton.
All right.
There you go.
So I like that one. That's a fun one to root for. And then my number 1 upset is number 10 Santa Clara versus number 7 Kentucky. I do not like Kentucky. I think they start super slow, and Santa Clara is, I think, really good. So that would probably be my favorite upset.
Okay.
But again, pick wisely, make your own choices. Don't come to me for advice.
Take his picks with a bag of salt. Yeah. Not even a grain.
Oh yeah, whole bag, a whole pound, whole pound of it.
Yeah. I thought of when you said Hofstra. It just conjured up the thoughts of their football program that no longer exists. That ceased to operate in 2009, and their standout wide receiver was Marcus Colston in 2006.
Wrong.
Names out of Hofstra.
Made me think about that. That's pretty crazy. You got Willie Colon. They also came out there, and
Wayne Corbett,
some white wide receiver that played for the Jets.
real gym rat,
very very famous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
That Wayne. They just shut it all down.
I want to point out that the 2024 bracket challenge we did, I did win outright.
Congratulations.
Yeah, nice.
Harrison, your wife finished 5th. You finished 10th. So I'm just saying.
The more she researches, though, the worse she does. She started to she wants to defend her run from a few years ago, and it's just gotten worse. So that's the way this works.
Yeah, the more you know, the more you make decisions. Your decisions become harder. So just pick by color or whatever you choose at that point in time.
Seriously.
It'll work. It'll work, honestly. Let's pick something else, guys. Let's pick our favorite free agents for our team. But also let's talk about one particular free agent that we reported on here before. We reported that Max Crosby was going to the Ravens. Well, just in case you were living under a rock, that is no longer happening. The Ravens pulled the rug out from under all of us. And Max Crosby is back in Vegas, where he has now said this is where he is going to stay. This says the Raiders now had to take on his salary along with all the players that they signed while they are probably going to try to draft a quarterback. And then the Ravens go and get Trey Hendrickson. This was very, very weird. I've heard a lot of organizations have basically spoken out about this through certain people and how it's kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I'm very, very curious to hear what you guys, what your initial thoughts were about this, and kind of what your thoughts are now that this is all played out.
I mean, initially, my reaction was, okay, must be his knee. Something in the physical came back and or showed up in the physical, I should say, and then they just pulled out. But then to sign Hendrickson that same day or shortly thereafter, I mean, the optics certainly aren't great, right? I mean, it's certainly pretty fishy. They probably it seems as if they got to a point with Hendrickson, this is actually a viable option, and we don't have to trade 2 first-round picks. Well, okay, since this was the legal tampering period and nothing was official yet,
correct?
They withdrew the offer and went the free agent route. So I'm sure they'll deny that until they're blue in the face, but that's just the optics of it.
Yeah, I feel probably now that a lot of things have come out, it feels like they just use the physical as their excuse to get out of it. I don't think Max is really hurt or anything like that, but I just think so let's just throw this out there. Nobody's going to question us, but meanwhile, everybody's questioning this whole thing. So I don't know. Very, very, very weird. Very, very, very weird.
And they've done something like this before too in the past, apparently. So this isn't the first time
with the Eagles.
Yeah. So
last year,
it's not anything new for the Ravens.
Yeah,
can't blame John Harbaugh on this
last
one,
year.
guys.
Nope.
Last year was Jaire Alexander. They told the Eagles that he was fine, and then he didn't even suit up for a game and then retired. But then he just actually paid the money back that he got from being sent to the Eagles, which was pretty cool. But the Eagles did not get their draft picks back. So
I love Crosby's Instagram after this all went through. It was good. I mean, he said, believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. And just that being like an Edgar Allan Poe quote. I was like,
the Raven. Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh,
spicy.
Got something there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Smart guy for that.
But the fact that they had him in the building in Baltimore and then simultaneously were negotiating with, Hendrickson's agent. It's just, it's wild. The initial report that came out too was that they were planning on having both. But I just have a hard time believing that.
It's weird because, I mean, the Ravens are held in such high regard in the front office, but if there's a history of stuff like this happening, I mean, technically it was legal and fine, but it's one of those like Bush kind of things. If it does come out that, wasn't it Crosby though? Like they put him on IR to end the season, but it was really, and he was like, I'm not hurt. And I think it's just they were tanking, because I think it was right around the time of that Giants game. So it's just a lot of weird stuff going on. Not hell of a talent. Hopefully he can. Hopefully he's healthy, or will get healthy and continue to just be a menace.
I don't see him staying on the Raiders. So I mean, I don't know how you can then stay. I think they're probably going to wait till after the draft, or right before the draft, to do something, or after one of the deadlines or whatnot to trade him off, because I don't see how you continue to come out of this relationship happy in both ends. Like, you traded me away, and now I'm back, and now I got to look at the same people that traded me away and basically said we were done with you. Also, to your point, Sam, they just made me sit at the end of last season when I wanted to play, and here we are. So I don't see that going too well, but I guess will have to wait.
You heard the rumor mill and all that stuff, like right around the trade coming out too, where it was like Crosby wasn't a fan of like Tom Brady's trainer or whatever, and all of this stuff was leaking out. So it's like, I'm sure the really good football teams that are just a piece or two away called up the Raiders immediately and like, I'll give you a one for them, or get them in the building, check them out for yourself, make sure like the medicals are good. I'm sure they're getting enough offers. Maybe it's not 2 firsts, but if they really want to move them, I'm sure they will and can.
They will. Yeah. So with the moves that have been made, gentlemen, for each of your teams, what has been your favorite free agent move? And is there anything that you want to see your team do moving forward?
I'll go first.
Yeah. All right. Probably best that way.
I mean, obviously the Giants had a lot of holes to fill, and they're, still in the process of filling those holes. Wasn't probably not the sexiest signing, especially the position, but Patrick Ricard. I'm thrilled about this move. And I know I messaged you guys as soon as they signed him. Giants haven't had a fullback on the roster since 2022. And I can't tell you, I mean, the offense has been inept for years and years as it is, but I can't tell you the number of delayed handoffs or halfback draws that have just gone nowhere. And it is just so infuriating to see that over and over again, and just, have them not even try a lead blocker. So he's arguably the best fullback in the league, 6-time Pro Bowler. He's a monster. He's 6'3", 300 pounds. Pancake Pat is his nickname. So I'm looking forward to it. And, another... him out in front of Scadaboo is going to be something. Another, pass protector as well for Dart. So I'm excited about a fullback. I never thought I would say that, but to me, that's the most exciting move for the Giants so far this offseason. And I will say, obviously Harbaugh has something in mind here, right? His philosophy is going to be ground and pound. It's going to be, winning the game in the trenches. And I'm hearing these rumors that Giants could potentially take Jeremiah Love at 5 if he's there, which obviously we know the last time it took a running back that high, Saquon. It's to me it's mind blowing, but I guess I wouldn't hate it. But it would be pretty crazy.
I like I know fullback is fun, but I like Darnell Mooney for you guys.
Yeah.
I think he's a very underrated wide receiver. He was at Tulane, and then obviously drafted by the Falcons. Small, tiny guy, but an absolute speedster. 1,000 yards his first season with the Falcons. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't pass that one up too much. I think that definitely adds some wide receiver depth, which is needed.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Isaiah Likely one too is also a really good move. I mean, he was obviously with Harbaugh on the Ravens, and obviously had a great tight end in front of him.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah. But to get him too, that kind of knows what Harbaugh wants and how they're going to run the offense a little bit. So I like their offseason so far. It's like low key, but like a couple really, really solid moves.
Same. I think they're positioned now to take the best player available at 5 and not have to feel like they have to draft a linebacker or a safety, So if Downs is there or if Love is there, then maybe they go that route. So I like what they've done so far as well. We'll see how it plays out, but so far so good.
God, if either of those two are there, I'd be so happy as a Giant.
Yeah.
If I was a Giant fan, and maybe I will be.
Yeah, we know that. So speaking of you, who are you starting off with for which team that you're picking?
For my Vikings, my skull, my purple and gold. I mean, you have to start with Kyler Murray as their future quarterback. That's obvious. What a signing. What a move for my team. I'm just thrilled. Over the moon, really.
Just so much.
Over the moon. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Because I know this is going to continue to go downhill from here.
I got nothing.
Good. For me, it was going to be Riq Woolen, picking him up from the Super Bowl champs Seahawks to have opposite of Quinyon Mitchell, and now have 3 of the best cornerbacks in the league with Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, and Riq Woolen. His problem is that he gets a lot of penalty flags for taunting, and tends to kind of take himself out of the game from time to time. But I think with Vic Fangio as being a defensive guru, he's going to flourish. He's a lengthy corner. He's a guy that can shut down your number one. So regardless of who you have, and I think this is definitely a move to null, the CeeDee Lamb Pickens duo that they're going to face twice a year. But then you also have the Puka Nacuas and Devontae Adams pairing as well that they're most likely going to face at some point this year as well too. This year coming. But that would have been my number one until they re-signed Dallas Goedert, which I did not think was going to happen. Dallas Goedert was the second leading receiver in receptions this year. Number one was Devontae Adams with 14, and Dallas Goedert had 11 this year. So didn't know that until the other day, but very, very happy that they don't have to now go and draft another tight end, and they can focus on other things like extend Jalen Carter. Yeah. Also, shout outs to Diana Rossini for continuing to get this wrong.
What I really want to talk about is the Cardinals signing Gardner Minshew. I think that's a huge acquisition. I'm done. I'm out.
Minshew power.
Yeah, you're out. You left the Redbirds.
I think the biggest signing this offseason will be me. Who do I go with?
Okay.
I mean, last year you were saying you were going to jump on the Giant bandwagon.
I did. I kind of did. I think it might be a full-time move.
I don't know if I want that, but
you don't. You don't. I would tell you don't.
You might be back.
So you hear how he starts with the we?
Yeah.
This is Brendan. This is the fall of Rome right here.
Yeah.
No.
This is the beginning of it.
I was a Giants fan first.
When Harrison co-signs a team, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
He left the Eagles when the Eagles were losing. The Eagles went on to win 2 Super Bowls after he left.
I didn't leave when they were losing. I left when they got rid of McNabb and when they got rid of Dawkins, who were my
They were losing then
players.
too. They were losing then too.
They were fine.
They were losing then too.
The Eagles were never a losing team.
Okay, I guess you don't remember the year that they had fucking paper bags on their heads as fans, but sure, let's not remember that.
Philly overreacts like crazy.
Okay, they overreact. Then you went to the Jets. And
that was a mistake. That was just really dumb.
Okay, and then you went from the Jets to God knows where in between. You started bouncing around, and then you just landed recently on the Cardinals.
No, it was
all right,
never really
and the Cardinals ain't done nothing.
No.
You excuse me? We have literally recordings of you with your Redbird talking about Go Birds from all last season. Do we need to pull up the receipts?
I was just trying to ride for my guy Kyler.
Sir,
I think I'll either go with the
this.
Giants or I'll wait for Trinidad to get drafted. Then we'll see.
Gonna sit out a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might wait.
Please sit out a year for all of us. Sit out a year for all of us. We would all appreciate that. Every fan base would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hitch my wagon to Trinidad. Maybe Darian Mensah. We'll see where those guys go. But if the Giants do well this year, we're there.
Good luck, Brendan.
It was just starting to look up too.
Yeah. Yep. It's going all downhill from there, sir.
I could hop on now, but I don't want to do that to you, Brendan.
Appreciate that.
Better.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
I go back to the Eagles, maybe.
You better stay your ass away. Far away. I will not allow that. Anything else, gentlemen, before we get out of here?
No.
I will say that Sam's favorite move was them getting rid of Justin Fields. I'll speak that for him. That's probably not his favorite move at all.
Or bringing back Geno.
Yeah, bringing back Geno is his favorite move for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Coming back where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
This has been the Chasing Points podcast. Since neither of you have anything to say, please listen to us on all major DSPs. Please share this with your friends, family. Give us a like and subscribe everywhere that you listen to us on the podcast and beyond. And we're out of here. Bye. Another episode of Chasing Points. See you later. Harrison sucks choosing teams. See, another bird. There we go. Goodbye.